Congratulations, Angelus Theater, Business of the Month.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kathleen Levitt, President and CEO of the Spanish Fork Area Chamber of Commerce. We're joining you today from the Angelus Theater on Main, our Business of the Month for August. This is Kurt Gordon. He is the owner of Angelus Theater. Kurt, tell us a little bit about this theater and the conception of it.
All right. Well, the theater was originally opened a long, long time ago, back in 1912, actually.
Wow.
We've got a few pictures around here that kind of show that. But I was lucky enough to be able to do some work here starting in about the late 90s, maybe 98, 99. When the Booth brothers owned this theater.
Okay.
And they just challenged me to do some shows if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So we started having bands play here back in, it would have been, late 90s, maybe about 98.
Okay, wow. And right now, I see you guys have your kind of a bill of events or whatever. You have theater performances, but you also do concerts and shows, is that correct?
Yeah, we primarily do live theater, and then we try to do as many different concerts and things as we can in between the live theater productions.
Okay. The live theater productions, how do you decide what you're going to do? Does that depend on the actors, or do you come up with the plays? How does that work?
Well, the truth is we've been really blessed to meet some families who create the live theater.
Oh, wow.
So the Gashler family owns and operates Great Hall Theatrical. And the Cobb family owns and operates Cobb Company Theatrical.
Oh, wow.
They write their own productions, they produce their own productions. We work together to make those productions come to life on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I've also worked with Gallery Theater, Mark Shipley, the Lees, Headphone Theater, Avonlea Theater.
Oh, wow.
So generally the theater companies produce their own shows, and then I just do my best to facilitate and co-produce those shows.
Okay. And then you've got the dates listed on all the different shows that you have. Do they run every night through those, or is it just on the weekends? How does that work?
It's almost always going to be Monday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Sometimes it's Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we will have midweek events, vocal recitals, dance recitals, things like that in the middle of the week.
Okay.
But always Monday, Friday, Saturday when we're having theatrical production.
That's cool. And how does somebody get tickets to come to one of these theatrical productions? Is it online or?
Yeah, the best and easiest way is just to get on angelustheater.com,
Okay.
either by just Googling Angelus Theater Spanish Fork or going right to the URL angelustheater.com. Always on the front page, we're going to point right toward our newest event, or our current event, I should say. And then our events calendar is full of all of our subsequent events.
That's way cool. Well, not only the events that you have going on, this is a really cool environment. It's a beautiful kind of antique space. You also have a lot of antique instruments around here. Tell us a little bit about that. What's that all about?
Well, when I started doing research and finding that this building was built in 1912 originally, I went on a massive turn-of-the-century binge, and I started finding pianos and pump organs and things that were from the same era.
Okay.
So the piano, the pump organ, this harp right here from a piano,
Oh, cool.
they're all from roughly between 1900 and about 1915. My oldest piece is a pump organ from the 1890s.
Oh, wow.
That actually has the candle holders on the side.
Oh, no kidding.
So then from there, I kind of got really into like Art Nouveau, Gilded Age, things like that. The Old West, because of course we're in the Old West here.
Right. Yep.
And but turn of the century, if you look around downtown, you'll see a lot of those things, like the city building, the Thurber School.
Yep.
On the end of this block is, I call it World Drug. It's the Levitt Insurance Company.
Yep.
I think that's probably the truest building in downtown, aside from the Thurber building from the turn of the century. And I'm just mystified by that whole turn of the century era.
Yeah.
And so what I've tried to do is find things from that same era.
That's really, really cool. Well, I think you captured it in this space here. Like, you really do feel like time slows down as you walk into this space. So it's a really cool environment to get to come to and check it out, as well as enjoying the theater. So really, really great work. So not only do you do the shows, and then you do the live theater, you do a lot of other community events and activities here as well, I understand, like rock band and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that and what those opportunities are for our community.
Sure. Well, you know, the youth programs are a massive thing, and that's something we've always tried to have going on. That's something that the booths always said you should try to do as much as you can for the youth.
Okay.
So a couple different things. One's called Real Rock Band, which is a rock band, sort of like School of Rock. You've all seen that with Jack Black.
Yes.
So what we do is we put different students in bands with their peers. We teach them how to play their songs. They have concerts, and hopefully they go on and pursue it as far as they want. We started that here in this building actually in 2008.
Okay.
And then Rory Childs took that over in about 2017 or 18.
Okay.
And he has that in Springville. His business is called Old Main Studios.
Okay.
But he still has his concerts here. We co-produce events together, and that's really a cool thing. But also another thing that's really new is the Great Hall Youth Program, and that's where we kind of do the same thing with youth in theater, and that actually runs 5 days a week here, Monday through Friday. That's operated by Stephen and Teresa Gashler, who you might have met. They're the owners and operators of Great Hall Theatrical.
Okay.
So they have a youth theater program that's really, really good, and they kick out some tremendous talent. We have, I think the youngest student's around 5, and the oldest one is probably about 16. They put them in different groups. There's film acting, there's Broadway, there's just basically straight acting classes, several different classes that the kids can get involved with. The Great Hall Youth Theater Program.
And how do they get registered for that? Is that online as well?
Yeah, that's online. You can find it at Angelus Theater, or you can go to greathall.live.
Okay.
So we partner together, and Great Hall Theatrical, they've got this URL that's really nice and concise, greathall.live.
Greathall.live.
So you can find about everything you want, especially for the youth theater and any of the Cobb plays, the Great Hall plays. It's all there as well.
I think youth theater is very important for getting people, getting kids to learn how to speak in public and getting them less shy. I mean, that kind of stuff, even if they don't pursue theater for their career, it's so important to learn life-altering skills. So I've got a couple kids that I might be checking out that link for. Perfect. Well, we want to thank you for having us today, hosting us in this beautiful theater. It really is quite a hidden gem here in Spanish Fork. So we're lucky to have you, and we're lucky to have this theater in our hometown. We want to thank Macy's for donating the cake for today's celebration, and of course Spanish Fork Channel 17 for recording and televising this wondrous event. I'm Kathleen, reminding you to shop local.